Okay, I think I'm gonna get started. Thank you all for coming tonight. Tonight's the Hazlegrove lecture, which recognizes Paige Hazlegrove's commitment to the arts at MIT and its impact on student life here. This is the 12th lecture. Previous speakers have included artists such as Dick Marquis, Dante Marioni, Dale Chihuly last year. All of them were heavily influenced by tonight's speaker. Prior to his early travels to the US from his native Murano, I think it's approximately 1979, glass blowing here was often described as primitive. For example, the concept of a team effort in this craft art did not exist really here. Of course, the idea of a first assistant, a second assistant, etc., had been practiced for generations in Venice. But this is just one example of the level of sophistication our speaker tonight brought to this country. Now, I mentioned this example because this concept of teamwork at glassblowing is at the heart of why we do studio glass art and why it's so important at MIT. The students at the MIT Glass Lab learn to function and, even more importantly, improvise as a team. And I think all of us involved in the program argue that this is a lesson that has a lifelong impact, that it's not just in art, but in everything that these students will do the rest of their lives. So Lino is a dedicated teacher, having inspired students in France, the US, Japan, Australia, and many other places. His art, of course, is part of exhibitions and collections all over the world. And tonight he'll be describing some of his art tonight, that had, and I had the pleasure of several years ago of observing Lino during the production of several pieces here in Cambridge when he was visiting. It was just simply astonishing. And I'm not sure how exactly he's going to be able to capture that in his lecture tonight, but I've been told that he does a great job of it. So I want to thank you very much, Lino, for taking time out of your busy schedule to visit with us here today and sharing some of your thoughts about your art and glass art in general. So ladies and gentlemen, Lino.
Thank you. I think it's a very great honor to be here tonight. A lot of people, and the surprise for me. I don't expect too much, a lot of crowded things. I think it's a fantastic go around, talk about the glass, talk a lot of things, but the main time I feeling you must explain why, for example, we do one pieces, and then how we do the pieces. We have the two separate concepts, why and how. And then also we use a color, and the color is very important in the material. Glass is possible to do a lot of things, a chemical, a little bit alchemical, and they also, for the tradition, the glass, the culture of the glass, you must go on in the back. It became very important. Know what the people did before me, everybody else. Because if you want to do something new for the future, I think this one is for everything, you must know what the people did in the past. Because without past, we have no present and no future. And this one for me is a big deal. I think it's a very important for me study, for example, Roman technique, Islamic technique, for example, which kind of technique they use, which kind the color, the chemical things. When I was a little bit more younger, I play quite a lot with some natural For make a color, for example, I try to do color with the sugar. I try to do the color with the bread. It works. It come out quite nice, light brown things. If you want to do, for example, with the leftover the wine. When you push the wine, you have the grapes. You make it dry. You mix with the glass. It come out a very nice color. It come out one kind reddish things, brownish. But put with different chemical things, make a different way. For example, if you want to use the sulfur, we use the charcoal, and then natural charcoal is fantastic. One of the best color then we use is absolutely the resin. If you want to do the best, probably the topaz amber, you must use sulfur and resin, because the reaction with the other color is totally different than everything else. It's a resin from the tree. I try also recently, I try with maple syrup. It works. It make a nice work. I think the work combination with a little bit sulfur, maple syrup, a little bit pepper, they come out wonderful work. You know, I think it's a very, we must be a little bit, in the past, the people use the same exactly the same technique. And then for us, I think it's very important. Then, if you want to, for example, I go to the Metropolitan Museum, and then we go to see the Roman glass, they do battuto. They do the inciso, they do the blow in the mold, they do fantastic engraving inside the pieces. Not only outside, but they do inside the pieces. They are totally unbelievable, probably more advanced than us. We think we are in the top. Probably in our level skill, like a craft, we slow down a little bit compared to the past. I think it's very important, because in the past of work, maybe a lot of people, they have one kind of religion for making glass. And they have it's one very nice story. The one king, the Roman king, they are in the bed with the wife, okay, we call the wife. We got the wife, and they drink the glass, one glass wine, as he said to him, Aurelio, the husband, Aurelio, is a very pity. Also, the poor people drink like us, because the glass became very popular, because the materials were fantastic. Anyway, we go to see my work. This one's a Saturno. Saturno, the first Saturno I did in my life, probably not completely, is in 1962. Where I do the first time is very interesting. For example, the technique is only one single bubble. With the technique, it's possible do it. For example, in the past, I do the Saturno half with a little part in the top, it's an alpha spherical shape. But they became quite famous, because nobody did this kind of shape before. Even every bibliography, you find the Roman glass, you find a lot of things, a lot of ribbon things outside, but never continued the shape until it became alpha spherical pieces with the one wing in the middle. One Saturno normally is flat, but it's possible to see the section like we are. This one is we use it like a sculpture. It's a very interesting, you see practically the spherical things. This one is me.
Want any specific color, like cobalt?
I like cobalt, no aquamarine, please.
Okay.
Yellow, purple. Okay. Cobalt, yellow, purple, red. Okay, do it. Okay, later. Yep, thank you.
Yes, sir.
little bit more in color.
How big is this going to be, boss?
Huh?
How big?
Nice size. Come here, Manuel. Come here, Manuel. Come here, come here, come here, come here. You close. When you go in the bar, then you close. Give it to me. Give it to me. Eat it. Yeah, go to it. This one is at the wing. After fine. Before God, there must be one more. Okay, David, you okay? Okay, go, okay. Cover the pipe. Jenny, grab it, yeah. Grab it, yeah. Up top. Okay, go, David, go, David. Oh, perfect. No, down. Blow, Nancy. Blow, Nancy. Blow, Nancy. Blow, very hard. Okay, perfect. Stop it. Keep it straight. Don't move it up. Stay up, going up a little bit. No, the opposite side. Yep, like this. Yeah. All right. Keep it like this. Okay. All right. Okay, going up there. Keep it there. Okay, up, came down, going up. Grab it. Okay, slowly. Yeah. Now we have a wonderful experience I did with a lot of color at the Bonsai in Portland, Oregon. And we do the panel, and then we spend a lot of energy, a lot of time. And then you see how much cane we have there. And this one is only the one part where we start to use another cane because we use a different process. The fusing, and also we do some vessel. But in this case, we show you a little bit how we did this kind of panel. You see, we pick up the cane 2 times, 2 layers, and then we pull the cane sticker. We pull the cane very sticker, and then we twist. And normally we twist straight, or not twist at all, or twist right, left, and then we have many colors, depending on what we want to use. This one, the material we have there already done. We do the same to control the temperature, same annealing. We use the fiber fracs and we cover it, and then next day we use it. You see a lot of a lot of graphic design because I want to do one kind of carpet. And then one point I change, and then I do, I call carta di sogni the dream paper. It's like we have one white paper where it's possible to put everything you feel at the moment. And for me, it's a fantastic experience. All the rods. You see, we have in the middle with the color in the outside, chewed up, many colors. And then when we go the combination, depends on what we want to do. This one we started the combination, the cane. We have a flat cane, like a tagliatelle. You see the beautiful color, the beautiful. Probably I have the stuff here. It's possible. Double layer, and then it's W2. And then we use this one is a twisted one side, this one twisted the other side, and then we play in many ways. We sketch a little bit what is going on because it's true it's a white paper, but otherwise I lost the way. We started to build very interesting things. I think they come out, for me, probably very challenging work. And we spend maybe months for making this kind of project. I think this one we do the cipolla or something, I don't remember the name. This one is a Salome. I remember we do a beautiful panel. Another one. We try to do the small composition test. We put a lot of color, a lot of things all together, and then fusing. We do wonderful work, and then I think it's a very challenging. This kind of material. Take a long time, but it's a very, I like it very much. When we go into fusing, outside, we have a couple panels, different way. This one we call Burano. I think it's a Burano. The other, I don't remember the title. We have one kind, the play. This one is, I think it's George. George or Central Park. George, I explain why I call George. I call George because I'm a great fan of John Kennedy. And then when he passed away, I want to dedicate something to him. Impossible to call him George, John. And he's a director of the magazine Georgia. And I call Georgia. I offer with the title. This one is my own. I very enjoy it all the time.